Okay, I understand that Christopher Smith told me that you're from New Orleans.
Yes, yeah, I am. I've been at Tech for about 2 years, and I'm working on my doctorate in musicology. Yes, we had always wanted to do a Mardi Gras themed party, and this past year he was like, let's try it this year. So we turned it into that, and then to give it an extra flavor, we put the Jazz Age Mardi Gras theme to it. So it's kind of a 1920s Great Gatsby-esque, kind of feel to it. So it's our first time doing the Mardi Gras party. Usually we've got our other events. We have Dancing with Mr. Darcy and Celtic Christmas, but so this is new this year. Very excited about it.
So, did the coming up with the Jazz Age event come up with Mardi Gras?
Yeah, we kind of brainstormed all in one day, and because it's always fun, to have a costumed event, and so we thought we'd kind of give everyone a direction and give it a 1920s event. So.
Why specifically the 1920s?
Well, it's kind of the period, when jazz is first really coming on the scene, and with the Vernacular Music Center, we try to find different events for different crowds. And with the Mardi Gras party, the Jazz Age, we're trying to, we try to get different audiences for our events. So this one's going to be kind of really for all ages. You can wear a costume or not, and the jazz music it allows. We can do things like learn the Charleston. So it's always about finding, what everyone can relate to. So we kind of figured this would be a fun theme to catch on to.
How did you get involved with the DMC?
Well, it's I got hired for it for my assistantship, and they had an opening, so I'm officially the administrative assistant. I handle mostly like the PR stuff for our events and things like that.
How did your upbringing in New Orleans influence how you look at music?
Well, yeah, New Orleans is a one-of-a-kind city, and there's so many different factors to the city. There's so many different cultures that's settled there, and especially music-wise. You've got so many different types of music. Jazz, of course, being a big one, but that's coming from with the African Americans and then the Creoles that came in from the Caribbean, and the French and the Spanish influences. So really, it becomes kind of a melting pot, especially in the world of music, for that. So it's got a flavor unto its own, a lot like the food. And then, of course, being the weekend before Mardi Gras, which is in New Orleans, it's kind of the biggest weekend for Mardi Gras. So. It's just kind of, you get that feel to it too. It's the energy and the street festival atmosphere and that sort of thing.
How is the event going to represent New Orleans jazz music?
Well, we're going to have, first and foremost, we're going to start the party off with the second line parade. And in New Orleans, the way that works is typically you'll have like a brass band, and the second line of the parade are the people that end up following it. So you have like a band usually leading it, and then people catch on, usually kind of with white handkerchiefs or parasols. So we're going to have that, and we're going to play like traditional jazz tunes from New Orleans. And then inside at the party, we're going to have, it'll be more like 1920s flavored music and jazz. So we're definitely catching on to the second line, and we call it Preservation Hall style because it's an actual venue in New Orleans where they play jazz, kind of a landmark. So we're going to play some of the tunes that are traditionally associated with that venue. So
Can you tell me what are the tunes associated?
Well, we call it Preservation Hall, and it's typical like jazz, especially they play a lot of 1920s style themes. So we're gonna have that going, and then the New Orleans Brass Band second line parade. So it's kind of drawn our two strong jazz traditions in the city with that.
Are musicians from the school going to perform more?
Yes, it'll be mostly students from Tech. A lot of them are in the ensembles here. I know a few of them are coming from the Celtic ensemble. Dr. Smith is going to be playing, so it's kind of a mix across the campus.
Do you want an instrument he plays? I forgot to ask him.
He's played quite a few. He plays the banjo, and he also kind of just mostly a lot of string instruments, but typically he has his banjo with him.
Have you had events held in the Yoga Bean before?
Yes, they've been really great to help us because, especially with the campus growing as it is, finding space for these things is a really tricky thing. So the owners at the Yoga Bean have been very generous to open up the business. For instance, on every Friday night, we have like what we call a pub session, and they play traditional Irish music. And then we've also had usually once a month we'll have what we call a barn dance, and that's also involving the dancers with the Vernacular Music Center and the Celtic ensemble. So yeah, they've been very good to us with hosting this. So in fact, just this morning we had to do we did an interview on the news, and we had to get there at like 5 in the morning, and they opened their doors so we can get there early. So yeah, they're a real asset to the community for that.
How's the dance portion going to represent the theme party tonight? On Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be the focus for this event, since we're keeping the kind of the 1920s jazz thing. We'll be teaching the basics of the Charleston, which was popular. It's kind of starting in the 20s, through the 1930s. So I'll offer kind of very basic steps, so that way when if a tune comes on that people feel like dancing to, they can do a few steps and learn it that way. Because in the Vernacular Music Center, we make it a focus to marry the music and dancing and get people involved and have the real social aspect that dancing can provide. So this year, Friday, it'll be the Charleston.
You mean teaching people dancing? Do you have a dance background?
I do, yeah. I come from, I'm a soloist with the Delta Festival Ballet in New Orleans. But the beauty of learning like the Charleston or kind of the other dances we teach at these things, people without any dance background at all can learn them. So we make it so that it's very user-friendly. You can walk in and not know a step and then leave being able to do some things to the music.
What do you want the people who attend this event tomorrow night to take from it?
Well, we would love to have them take away be able to experience something as unique as Mardi Gras, because in Lubbock, because we don't really get too much of that, and then also to be able to take away the experience of learning, social dance in this context. And also, it's a good chance for community outreach, so we can, you get out there and you maybe go to a business you've never gone to before, meet people that normally maybe you would never run into. And then maybe an appreciation for the different forms of music. So we would have the jazz, 1920s jazz, and the second line parade. And to just kind of have fun and be able to experience the unique flavor of Mardi Gras.
Are you a graduate student?
Yes, I'm actually I'm working on the PhD in musicology.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've asked you that already. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
clarifying.
Yeah, I always forget. My brain's short circuiting a little bit today.
A doctorate in musicology?
Yeah.
Your second year.
Yeah, so I'm finishing up the second full year this semester.
And so you found out about the VMC through word of mouth and how your
Yeah.
relationship with Christopher Smith?
Exactly. Dr. Smith, he's the chair of the musicology department, and so he also happens to be the director of the Vernacular Music Center. And so, being a student in musicology, when I came in, it was a natural fit that I should, go under his umbrella for the Vernacular Music Center.
Why do you think it was your perfect fit, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh yeah, no, well, because the music and the dance components for the Vernacular Music Center are very, very important to the goals of the program. So having a dance background and then also having the music side, it's when you go and promote events and I can take part in the activities and things like that. So and then like Friday I'll be teaching some of the dances. So it was kind of a good fit for that.
I think that's all.
Okay, well, great. And if there's anything else that you need information-wise, please feel free to call or email me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions or anything like that.
Tickets. It's a ticketed event.
Yes, you can buy them at the door. Yeah,
Oh.
and it's only $5. And we also will have a raffle for a king cake. So it'll be $1 per ticket for that. So I'm gonna try to have some samples out there too, so we can get a little taste.
And the event's at 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m.
I think that's all.
Okay, great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, and it really means a lot to us, having y'all's interest and support. So.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh no, thank you, and I hope this kind of helps and get it out there. So hey, try to drop by tomorrow.
Okay.
Learn some steps and join in the fun that'll be happening. But anyway, well, great. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of your day and let's get a little bit of the sunlight that's out there. Oh, do you have a business card? Let me go ahead and give you one of those just for future reference. There you go, just in case, get in touch for put our website on there
Okay.
and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.